Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Just 2 days before Region 1 restaurants are forced to undergo harsher restrictions, a group of business owners review their rights in the matter. The president plans a campaign stop in the state line this weekend, but increased COVID cases in the area have local officials calling the rally irresponsible. Rockford hospice patients have a new fluffy friend. Staff members say a robotic dog is making patients' days while keeping them safe during the pandemic. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric is off tonight. Region 1 of Illinois closes in on the first day of increased mitigation measures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. It starts Saturday. But local health officials say the area's positivity rate has already started to decrease slightly. It's currently at 8.2%, down 0.2 percentage points from Wednesday. Breaking it down by county, Boone is at just over 8%, Winnebago is down to 9.5%. Lee County currently has the highest positivity rate in the region at over 11%. Yesterday, we told you many Winnebago County bar and restaurant owners don't agree with the impending restrictions. Today, many of them will meet with an attorney to learn more about their rights as small business owners. Alexis Carpello also spoke with him. She joins us live now from Giovanni's with a preview. Alexis?
Well, Mimi, owners are set to meet with the attorney in about an hour. They're going to be talking about what bars and restaurants can and can't do under new restrictions implemented by the state. Now, I spoke with the Southern Illinois attorney, Thomas DeVore, earlier this afternoon. He tells me he's held several meetings like this across the state. DeVore says he believes there is no law on the books that can force restaurants and bars to shut down indoor dining. He's hopeful this conversation will take some of the fear away from owners.
You'd be surprised how many business owners across the state believe that somebody can just say, oh, you got to shut down, and they really don't have any choice. Well, they have a lot of options in the law, and I'm going to try to help explain it to them, as I've done hundreds and hundreds of businesses since this started back in March.
Coming up at 6, I'll explain why owners believe they'll be faced with felony charges if they don't shut down indoor dining. But for now, live in Rockford for your home team, I'm Alexis Carpello.
I know they're expecting a big turnout. All right, thanks, Alexis, for that live report. With just 33 days until the election, President Donald Trump plans a campaign stop in the state line. The Make America Great Again rally will be held at the Janesville Regional Airport Saturday. Tickets are required and can be reserved online. Wisconsin is a key battleground state in the election. Trump won the Badger State in 2016. Vice President Mike Pence has already made multiple campaign stops in the area. President Trump also hosted a rally in Janesville in 2016. The event was originally scheduled to take place in La Crosse, but was moved to Janesville after a COVID case surge in the La Crosse area. Now, Rock County Board Chair Kara Purviance is concerned, releasing this statement calling on the president to cancel his visit to southern Wisconsin, stating in part, quote, "If the rally proceeds despite our recommendations to cancel, I urge all of our residents who attend to diligently follow social distancing guidelines and wear a mask." A woman is charged after police say she stabbed a man to death overnight. This happened around 11:15 last night on West Riverside Boulevard. Police were called to the scene and found an unresponsive male victim. The 26-year-old had been stabbed multiple times. He was taken to the hospital but died. Investigators later arrested Demaria Giwa Finley. She's charged with domestic battery and first-degree murder. The victim's name has not been released. Rockford City leaders are reflecting on the legacy left by former Mayor John McNamara. The Vietnam veteran and local politician passed away yesterday. Dylan Siraki caught up with those left behind who tell him McNamara's leadership style helped put Rockford on the map.
Local leaders say John McNamara worked tirelessly to make Rockford a better place to live. They describe him as a great man who will leave behind a lasting legacy.
He continued to be passionate and concerned and dedicated to our community throughout his life, even till the very end.
John Groh is president of the Rockford Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, which promotes tourism throughout the region. He says John McNamara was instrumental in getting the organization up and running when he served as mayor.
In the early 80s, when we were thinking about how to grow our economy, how to improve our community, John McNamara and others had the idea of marketing our community. He was mayor at a very critical time for our community, a very dark days in the early 1980s, led us through that, led us out of that as a community.
Joe Bovey is a longtime Rockford business owner who currently serves as the president of Southwest Ideas for Today and Tomorrow, or SWIFT. The nonprofit focuses on promoting economic development on the city's southwest side. He worked closely with McNamara for years and says area businesses flourished during his time as mayor.
If I ever picked up the phone or wanted anything, all I had to do was call him, and he talked to you. He wasn't ever too busy to talk to you. And I think that's a big thing with a mayor,
Bovey says McNamara's death is a big loss for Rockford.
It's hard to put words together when somebody like that passes, Just a good man.
Coming up at 6, we'll hear from a local faith leader. They'll share the role McNamara played in promoting equality during his time as mayor. Reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Dylan Saraki.
On the heels of a heated debate and amid a contentious election season and coronavirus concerns, today marks the first day of in-person early voting in Chicago. The Loop Super Site opened at 8:30 this morning. It's currently the only early voting location. On October 14th, early voting expands to all of Chicago's 50 wards. Marisol Hernandez, Chicago Board of Elections chairwoman, calls this election cycle historic.
We have shattered the previous record for vote by mail applications. We currently have over 441,000 vote by mail applications. This is truly unprecedented.
To prevent the spread of COVID, Windy City voters can expect to see 6 feet of social distancing between polling stations. Hand sanitizers and masks will also be available at every polling site. A local hospice center finds a tail-wagging way to brighten patients' days. Northern Illinois Hospice is known for its therapy animals, but due to the pandemic, they had to find a creative and safe way to continue those services. Enter Ruffy, the robotic golden retriever. Ruffy is part of a pilot program that matches lifelike robotics with patients. That's a real dog there. We'll see Ruffy in a second. Hopefully, it'll lift their spirits as much as the real deal.
We know how important pets can be in a life and in the quality of a life, so we want to be able to continue our pet programs as best we can.
Northern Illinois Hospice also has this real dog named Honey, who patients can visit online. In the country, colleges and universities are answering the call to ramp up diversity efforts. Michelle Rave spent the day at Northern Illinois University. She has more on one department focused on promoting art and soul on campus.
Live music and dancing could be seen on NIU's campus today. The Center for Black Studies and Performing Arts hosted an Art and Soul event. But more notable is the fresh red paint with the words Black Lives Matter at the university's main entrance on Castle Drive. Director Ann Edwards says this is something many students asked for and says it feels good to get this kind of support from the community.
To help our students to know how important they are, right, and how important education is. And at the Center for Black Studies, our focus is teaching about the culture and really who we are and across the African diaspora. So this was a really key and important thing for that.
Coming up at 9, NIU students share how it feels to them to receive support from the community. Reporting in DeKalb for your home team, I'm Michelle Rave.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it is the beginning of October. Temperatures this afternoon felt more like October-like as we were stuck in the 50s for most of us. Rachel Davis shared her fall photo with us there this evening. Thank you so much, Rachel. Your picture says family is the best. I'm having a hard time. Family is the best blessing of all. Sorry, I had to look a little bit closer to see that. Eyes. They're getting a little old here. Thank you, Rachel, for sharing your fall photo. If you'd like to see any fall photos you want to share, C. King at WTVO.com. With a little bit of sunshine we had earlier today, we were able to build up some of the cloud cover. And from that, we've actually had a bit of cloud cover develop. So kind of a mix of sun and clouds for us here this afternoon. And with that, we've also had a couple of rain showers and even just getting some pictures of some rainbows, too, across the area. So you may even be able to see that here this evening. But that scattered shower shower activity that is going to continue for the next several hours as we kind of get this low pressure system rotating around the Great Lakes for us this evening, kind of on the heels of some northerly winds coming in for us this afternoon. We will see the rain kind of last through about 9-10 o'clock this evening. Then our skies are expected to gradually clear out as high pressure begins to build in. You can see that high pressure system now over the plains. This will work closer to us, leaving our skies partly cloudy here as we go through the night tonight. And with that clearing expected, temperatures tonight will drop down to about 35 degrees, and this could actually lead to some areas of frost by tomorrow morning. So because of that, a frost advisory has been issued for portions of the area, southern Wisconsin, Green Rock and Walworth counties, as well as for the counties lighting up here along Highway 20. So Joe Davies, Stevenson, Winnebago, including us here in Rockford, Boone and McHenry counties. Now, just because our southern counties not underneath that frost advisory doesn't mean that the risk isn't there for some patchy frost going through the overnight. With those temperatures falling back, you might need to take some extra precautions, especially if you still got things growing in the garden or maybe a little more sensitive plants outside. You can bring the plants in that you're able to keep them sheltered from the cold. If you're not able to do that, loosely cover them tonight, but you want to do that before sunset. You can even water just lightly around some of the plants too, because as that water kind of evaporates, it releases heat and will help keep things a little more warm compared to the surrounding temperature around. But if you do cover up your plants tonight, you want to make sure that you remove that covering first thing in the morning after the sun comes up. Now, there is the potential for some frost again tomorrow night, but we might actually get a little bit more cloud cover going into the overnight Friday and then again into Saturday. But tonight and tomorrow night, not the only chances for some frost. Frost will be possible again overnight Sunday into Monday, and there could be a couple of spots that temperatures do get close to the freezing mark. 53, that's our current number right now in Freeport, 58 here in Rockford. Our weather watcher Bob in Rockford checking in this evening with a temperature of 56. Notice most of that scattered shower activity is out of here by about 10 o'clock. Skies will clear out. Watch for some frost going into the overnight tonight and early tomorrow. We'll build up some cloud cover for tomorrow afternoon, but we are expected to stay dry. There you see some of those clouds working in by Saturday morning. Cloud cover does thicken up, and we could see a couple of scattered showers as we head towards Saturday evening and then overnight into Sunday. Temperature tomorrow only around 54 degrees. We'll stay in the 50s for Saturday, Sunday too, but we see those numbers climb back as we head into next week. We've got the 60s, maybe even squeezing out a 70 there on Tuesday. Brief.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lepper.
Seems like not a week goes by when Rockford native James Robinson isn't making some sort of big news with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The latest nugget came today. Awards and accolades for his football achievements are nothing new for Rockford native James Robinson, so it shouldn't come as a surprise to know that he wasn't exactly doing cartwheels Thursday when he learned he had been named the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Month for September. He told reporters he learned the news when he showed up for a team meeting, and he took it in stride.
So I didn't find out about it until our team meeting. So I just kind of went about my day and just went in the meeting room and sat there. And then once he started talking, that's when I found out. And he just kind of went on, and we just kind of went on about our day.
Make no mistake, though, Robinson is human, and he is 22 years old, so the honor does hold meaning for him.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't.
In 3 starts in September, Robinson led all NFL rookies in first downs, touchdowns, and yards from scrimmage. He now holds the NFL record for the most yards from scrimmage by an undrafted player through his first 3 games. He also ranked second among rookies in rushing yards. Robinson has that rare mix of humility and self-confidence that can be hard to find not only in athletes but in people in general.
I don't want to be surprised by anything that I do, because then for me, I want to go out there and play the same or even better every time, and helping out the team and just playing my role and doing my job and helping my teammates out.
And if that humility should start to wane, Robinson's teammates on the Jaguars will keep him in check. Several times during his press conference Thursday, he was interrupted by teammates banging on the door or throwing a glove at him.
That's it.
All right, thank you, and congrats again.
Well, this Sunday, Robinson and the Jaguars will play the Bengals in Cincinnati. In baseball, the White Sox trailed the A's 6-4 in the 7th. That's a must-win game for the White Sox. Game 2 of the Cubs-Marlins playoff series scheduled for this afternoon was postponed. It'll be played tomorrow afternoon. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you at 6.